Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Up podcast, your calm space to learn and speak real English. I'm Emma.
Hi, Emma, and hello to our amazing listeners. It's so good to be here again. How are you doing?
I'm great, thanks. It's a sunny morning today. Coffee, good mood, and our podcast. How about you, David?
I'm good too, but I had a funny moment this morning. I went to a coffee shop and said, "1 cappuccino, please." The barista smiled and said, "Again? I think I go there too often."
That's what we call a regular customer.
Exactly. And speaking of talking to people, today's episode is all about simple conversations in English, the ones you can use every single day.
Yes, short, easy, but super useful. We'll talk about 10 simple situations, like greeting someone, ordering food, asking for help, and more.
If you enjoy learning English with us, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps our podcast grow and brings you more episodes every week.
Let's start with the easiest one, saying hello.
Right. You can say, "Hi," "Hello," "Hey," or "Good morning."
And if you want to be polite or friendly, you can add, "How are you?"
Yes. Let's try a short conversation.
Okay. Hi, David. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. How about you?
I'm good too. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
So simple, right? And that's real English.
You can also say, "What's up?" But that's more casual, like with friends.
Exactly. And remember, what's up doesn't really mean what's happening. It just means, hi, how are you?
You can answer, "Not much," or "I'm good."
Let's do it.
"What's up, Emma?"
Not much, just recording this podcast.
Perfect.
The second conversation is one I do almost every day, ordering coffee.
Oh, yes. You can say, "Hi, can I have a cappuccino, please?"
Or, I'd like a coffee, please. It sounds polite and simple.
And the barista might say, "For here or to go?"
That means, will you drink here or take away?
You can answer, "To go, please," or "For here, please."
Let's do a mini dialogue.
Sure.
Hi, can I have a latte, please?
Of course. For here or to go?
To go, please.
That'll be $4.
Here you go.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too.
That's a perfect example of real English in daily life.
Okay, next, shopping. This is another important one.
Yes. Imagine you're in a store. You can say, "Excuse me, how much is this?"
Or, do you have this in blue?
Right. Short, polite, and easy.
And if you want to pay, you can say, I'll take it.
Let's do a quick example.
Sure.
"Excuse me, how much is this t-shirt?"
It's $15.
"Do you have it in black?"
Yes, we do.
"Great. I'll take it."
See? Simple and natural.
And don't forget to say thank you and have a nice day.
Next one, taking a taxi or ride.
You can say, "Hi, can you take me to the airport?"
Or, how much is it to go downtown?
And if you use apps like Uber, you can ask, "Are you here for Emma?" Or, "Is this for David?"
That's good. And when you arrive, say, thank you. Have a good day.
Easy and friendly.
Let's make a small conversation.
Okay,
Hi, can you take me to the station?
sure. Do you have luggage?
Just one bag.
Great. It'll take about 10 minutes.
Perfect, thank you.
Now, let's imagine you meet someone for the first time.
You can say, hi, I'm Emma. Nice to meet you.
And the other person says, "Nice to meet you too."
If you want to ask about their job, say, what do you do?
And if you want to know where they're from, you can ask, "Where are you from?"
Let's try it.
"Hi, I'm David. Nice to meet you."
Nice to meet you too. Where are you from?
"I'm from Austin, Texas. How about you?"
I'm from London.
That's a perfect short conversation for beginners.
So far, we've practiced 5 conversations: greetings, ordering coffee, shopping, taking a taxi, and meeting someone new.
Yes, and the great thing is, you can mix these in daily life.
You can start with, "Hi, how are you?" Order your coffee, and even say, "Have a nice day," all in real English.
Simple words, but big confidence.
Exactly. And we still have 5 more conversations coming.
Oh, yes. The next ones are fun. Talking at work, asking for help, small talk, saying sorry, and making plans.
Let's keep going. The next one is something we all do: asking for help when we need it.
That's true. I need help every time I build IKEA furniture.
Let's talk about that next.
All right, let's see what happens next and learn how to ask for help in English. So, Emma, let's say you need help with something. How do you ask in English?
Great question. You can say, "Excuse me, can you help me?" That's polite and easy.
Or if it's with a friend, you can say, "Can you give me a hand?"
I love that one. Give me a hand means help me. You're not asking for someone's hand, just help.
Right. No one will actually give you their hand.
Let's try it in a short conversation. "Excuse me, can you help me?
Sure. What do you need?
I can't find the bus stop."
Oh, it's right over there, next to the bakery.
"Oh, thank you so much."
No problem.
Easy, right? And if you want to sound extra polite, you can add "please."
So, can you help me, please? Always sounds kind.
Perfect. Okay, next one: talking at work or school.
This is a good one because people often need small phrases to be polite at work.
For example, "Can I ask you a question?"
Or, do you have a minute? That's a polite way to start a conversation with a coworker or teacher.
And when you want to agree with someone, say, "That's a good idea."
Let's make a mini scene at work.
"Hey, David, do you have a minute?
Sure, what's up?
I'm checking the new report. Can you take a look?"
Of course, that's a good idea. Let's fix it together.
"Thanks, I appreciate it."
That's a very real office conversation.
Yes. And words like "please," "thanks," "I appreciate it," they always make you sound kind and confident.
Okay, let's stay with the same idea, but this time at home.
Yes. For example, if you need someone to do something, say, "Can you open the window?" Or, "Could you pass me the salt?"
Could you sounds a little more polite, right?
Yes, exactly. It's soft and friendly.
Let's make a short example at dinner. Emma, could you pass me the water, please?
"Sure, here you go."
Thanks.
"No problem."
See, you don't need long sentences. Just be polite and smile.
Yes, sometimes simple English is the best English. Now let's talk about small talk.
Oh, yes. Small talk is when you talk about simple things, like the weather, your weekend, or your day.
Right. It's how we connect with people.
For example, nice weather today, isn't it?
Or, "How was your weekend?"
Let's try a natural example. Hi, Emma. How was your weekend?
"It was great, thanks. I went for a walk in the park. What about you?"
I stayed home and watched a movie.
Sounds relaxing. What movie did you watch?
A funny one. I laughed a lot.
Perfect. That's small talk. Simple, friendly, and easy.
You don't need to talk about big things, just share something small and real.
And a good phrase to use is, "Sounds good," or "That's nice." They show interest and kindness.
Now, this one is super important. Saying sorry.
Yes, we all make mistakes, right?
Oh, yes. Like when I forgot my coffee this morning.
Exactly. You can say,
I'm sorry, or sorry about that.
And if you make someone wait, say, sorry, I'm late.
Let's make a small example. Hey, David, you're late again.
Oh, I'm so sorry. The traffic was terrible.
No problem. I understand.
Thanks, Emma. You're the best.
See, being polite can fix many things.
True. And you can also say, excuse me, when you need to pass someone or get their attention.
Yes. For example, excuse me, can I sit here?
Perfect. Politeness always makes communication smoother.
And finally, making plans.
My favorite part, when you want to invite someone or talk about what to do.
You can say, do you want to go for a walk? Or let's have lunch tomorrow.
Or even, what are you doing this weekend?
Let's do an example. Hey, David, what are you doing tomorrow?
Not much. Why?
Let's go for coffee.
Sounds great. What time?
Around 10?
Perfect. See you then.
Easy, natural, and friendly, like real life.
And if you can't go, you can say, sorry, I can't, or maybe another time.
Right. Let's show that too. Hey, David, want to go for lunch today?
Sorry, I can't. I have a meeting. Maybe tomorrow?
Sure. Tomorrow sounds good.
Perfect. That's real conversation practice.
So now we've talked about all 10 everyday conversations.
Yes. Greetings, ordering, shopping, taxis, meeting people, asking for help, talking at work, small talk, saying sorry, and making plans.
Wow, that's a lot.
But they're all short and simple. And when you learn them, you can talk with confidence anywhere.
Exactly. Even small sentences help you sound natural.
Let's review some useful phrases quickly.
Okay.
Hi, how are you?
Can I have a coffee, please?
Excuse me, how much is this?
Can you help me, please?
Nice to meet you.
Sorry I'm late.
Let's go for a walk.
Perfect. These are real sentences you can use right now.
And remember, the more you listen, the more natural your English becomes.
Exactly. Listening is learning.
But wait, before we finish, I want to ask you something, Emma.
Oh no, what is it?
What's the most awkward conversation you've ever had in English?
Once I said, you too, to a waiter who told me, enjoy your meal.
I've done that too. It happens to everyone.
Yes, it's all part of learning.
That's true. And making small mistakes just means you're practicing. And that's the best way to learn.
Exactly. And speaking of mistakes, our next part will help you sound even more natural. We'll talk about how to keep a conversation going.
Oh, that's a good one. How to continue a talk, not just start it.
Yes, because starting is easy, but keeping the conversation alive, that's the fun part.
So don't go anywhere. Let's see how that story continues in the next part.
So, David, we've learned 10 simple conversations, but what happens after that?
Yes. When someone answers and you don't know what to say next.
Exactly. Many learners can start a conversation, but they stop too soon.
Right. So now, let's talk about how to keep a conversation going, how to make it flow.
Great idea. One easy way is to ask short questions back.
Like when someone says, I went to the park, you can say, oh, really? Did you go alone?
Yes, just showing interest keeps the talk alive.
You can also say things like, that's nice. Sounds fun. Really? Wow, that's great.
Let's make a small example. I watched a movie last night.
Really? What movie?
A romantic comedy.
Oh, I love those. Was it good?
Yes, it was funny and sweet.
Perfect. That's real conversation, short, friendly, and natural.
Another secret is to react with emotion. Use your voice and expressions.
Yes. For example, when someone says something surprising, you can say, "No way! Are you serious? Oh my gosh!"
Those make your English sound alive.
And when someone tells you something sad, you can say, "I'm sorry to hear that. That's terrible. Oh no."
Let's show both sides, happy and sad.
Okay.
Guess what? I got a new job.
No way! That's amazing! Congratulations!
Thank you. I'm so happy.
Now the sad one. My dog is sick.
Oh, no. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Thanks, Emma. That means a lot.
Small words, big feelings.
Exactly. Emotional words connect people.
Another trick, use follow-up questions.
Yes, words like what, where, when, why, and how help a lot.
Example, someone says, I went shopping. You can ask, oh really? What did you buy?
Or if someone says, I'm learning English, you can say, nice. How long have you been learning?
Let's practice.
Okay.
I went to a concert last night.
Oh, wow. What kind of music?
Rock.
Nice. Who did you go with?
My friend Lucy.
Cool. Was it fun?
It was amazing.
See? That's 6 sentences already, just by asking small questions.
Yes, conversations are like a game of ping pong. One person speaks, the other keeps it moving.
I love that. Ping pong English.
Maybe we should make that the name of our next episode.
Let's teach our listeners some short phrases they can use to sound more natural.
Sure, here are a few. That's interesting. I know what you mean. Me too. Exactly. Really, tell me more.
These little phrases make your English flow.
Let's put them in a mini scene. I started going to the gym last week.
Really, that's great.
Yeah, it's hard, but I feel good after.
I know what you mean. It's tough at first.
Exactly, but it's worth it.
Perfect. That's how natural English sounds.
So, today we learned how to keep a conversation alive.
Yes, we practiced asking follow-up questions, reacting with emotion, using short natural phrases.
And we learned that small words can make big connections.
Exactly. Even if your English is simple, your heart and interest make the conversation beautiful.
That's true. Speaking English isn't just about words, it's about people.
Yes, and every hi, every how are you is a chance to connect.
So, now it's your turn. What was your favorite conversation from today's episode? Write one short sentence in the comments and use one phrase you learned.
We love reading your comments.
And if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Remember, practice a little every day, and soon you'll speak with confidence.
Thanks for listening to the English Up podcast.
Keep smiling, keep learning, and keep talking.
See you next time, everyone.
Bye for now.